Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Lorelai here. It's been a while since I've done a heart-to-heart with you guys, and I kind of just wanted to sit down and have a talk. I also just want to answer, the sort of pending question that I'm always getting, which is, am I going to get another rabbit? Have I even thought about getting one? If so, when? Before I get into this, I just want to remind you that I'm offering one-on-one personal bunny consultations. So to book your phone call, just click the link below. Just the easiest way for me to do it because I get so many messages and emails, people asking for help. So yeah, I look forward to speaking with you. Let's get into this. The answer is, I don't really know. And I know that's not what a lot of people want to hear. The truth is, I could very well go out and get another rabbit tomorrow very easily. I could just walk into the shelter, or I could call up, a rescue and adopt a bunny. It would be very, very easy. But I think the fact that I haven't all these months later speaks volumes about how much Lennon meant to me. I know I'm going to be opening up a can of worms and a can of judgment from a lot of people because, a lot of people are very keen on me just going out and getting another rabbit like tomorrow. You would never say to a widow, well, when are you getting another husband? It just doesn't work like that. Sometimes I'll go and I'll get comments like this, but then I will also get comments like this. And so I'm never going to be able to please anybody, right? But that's always been the case on this channel. Because I don't want to get another rabbit just for the sake of the channel or, needing another rabbit to make content with. I want to get a rabbit because it feels right. Lennon was such a powerful and majestic entity that just cannot be replicated. And that's a lot of unfair pressure for another rabbit to live up to. I don't want to bring a rabbit home and unfairly compare that rabbit constantly to Lennon. And that's what I would be doing because you would do it too. I don't want to say, oh, well, Lennon would never do that. Or Lennon would let me pick her up. Or Lennon would totally go on an airplane ride. That's not fair to this other rabbit, to have to live up to very, very high expectations. Because I'm fully aware that Lennon was Lennon and that no other rabbit will be Lennon, And my heart would have to be very wide open. The door would have to be wide open for me to be able to let love in again in that way. And the truth is I haven't felt like my heart has been open. It's been very, very closed. The pain of losing Lennon was so immense that I really asked myself at the time if I could go through that again. And the answer at the time was no. I had expended so much energy on Lennon, not just in her final weeks. I would say even a year or two prior, in which I really started to see her slow down, and all of the sort of anticipatory grief and the vet appointments and the accommodations and all the things which I was happy to do. I was happy to do anything to make her as comfortable as possible, but it took a lot out of me. It reached a point where at the end I completely neglected myself. And I just couldn't bear the thought of having to go through that anguish again. It's really hard to come back from something like that, especially when a loved one passes away in your arms, when they die in your arms, and you see that with your own eyes. Just a part of you dies with them, and you're just never really the same. And I don't have a lot of answers, I think that's one thing that hasn't really changed since she's passed away. I didn't have answers then, and I don't really have answers now. But one thing that I'm really allowing myself to do is I'm giving myself grace and patience, and I'm not pressuring myself to have answers. I'm really just living day to day. And all this to say is, if I'm gonna bring home another rabbit, I want it to happen organically. You know, I don't want to seek out another rabbit just to, you know, that feels like manufactured and contrived. If another rabbit is meant to find me, I feel confident that we will find each other when we are supposed to. Like, when I bring a rabbit home, I want to be excited about a new rabbit, and I want to be able to give it a fair shot and give it a chance, you know, to take up space in my life. And also, I want to be financially ready. You know, this is something that, like, I've been preaching on the channel basically the past decade. This has been the overarching theme of this channel is you've got to really make sure that you can commit. You can do the 10+ year commitment before you get a rabbit. And you've got to, like, be prepared to be there for that rabbit in sickness and in health. Lennon's last couple years of life were very, very expensive. You know, they were tough on my pockets. I got to make sure that I can do that again. Because it's not just about, oh, well, you've got a home and you've got a roof over your head, you can fit a rabbit in there. It's not just about that. There's so many logistics involved, you know. What I will say is, when Lennon and I found each other, it wasn't planned. It was one of the only decisions in my life I've never really thought about. I would like it to sort of be like that again. Then, you know, there's also a lot of people who, like, have multiple rabbits, and so when one rabbit passes away, they at least have other bunnies to lean on. And then you have people like me who you just had one rabbit, they pass away, and it's empty. You know, there's a void. It's really, really quiet in the house. And that's a different kind of, I don't want to use the word loneliness, but it's a different kind of darkness. That's a better word. It's a different kind of darkness. But I've been, you know, getting into the swing of things, right? I've been socializing and taking care of myself and exercising, and I just spent the past month obsessing over baseball and celebrating the Dodgers winning the World Series, and just kind of indulging in a little bit of escapism too. It's good for me. I found myself smiling and laughing again, which, you know, I haven't done in a long time. So, you know, there's some people that can, like, go out the next day or the next week and get another dog after their dog died. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody handles things differently. I'm not one of those people. And we'll see. You know, I really have been focusing on Hop, the litter box that Lennon and I created, and that's doing well. And we want to expand to Europe, and we want to release more products under Hop. So I'm planning for a lot of growth under that business. It's tough, you know, this YouTube landscape now, and the algorithms and how they all work and how they push out videos. You know, I've had to transition in the past couple of years into more short form content, which has done really exceptionally well. And yeah, I'm just kind of figuring out, okay, what are the next steps? What's the trajectory? Thank you guys so much for chit-chatting with me. I will see you guys soon. Why don't you guys let me know in the comments what video you would like to see next? Do you want to see a video on a certain breed? Do you want to see something about rabbit care? Reaction videos, maybe a makeover? I mean, you tell me kind of what you're feeling, because that's what I care about the most, is what do you guys want to see. So I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Mwah.